Hello everyone, I'm Roslyn with Wholehearted Yoga, and I'm here to share some holiday stress relief practice with you. So for a lot of us, especially as we kind of move through our day, or if you're doing a lot of computer work, things like that, you might notice that there's this clenching or upward motion in the shoulders. So a lot of what we want to focus on today and practice will be shoulder related. So I hope this helps. So we'll get started on your mat. And as you start to settle in, find a comfortable position, if you'd like, I would suggest three things: a cozy sweatshirt, a block if you have one, sometimes it's nice for certain postures for a little more ease, and a cup of tea or coffee if you choose. So starting in a seated position, just give yourself a couple nice big shoulder circles as you start to settle in. And try and make as much of the motion as you can from just the shoulder bones. So no need to let the arms do any of the work, but just shrugging both directions, however it feels nice. And then just kind of settle in here. Allow your knees to become heavy and choose a natural position for your arms and hands. And let's just begin by closing down the eyes, taking a few deep breaths. And maybe just inviting yourself to a place where you have permission to rest, to stop, to listen to your body and begin to release some of the built-up tension. So bit by bit, smoothing out the rhythm of your breath until it feels lengthened and natural. And then when you feel ready, just moving into some really gentle neck circles. So it's nice to begin by lowering the chin toward the chest, feeling some length across the back of the heart, and then very slowly starting to turn in one direction at a time. Try not to involve the shoulders this time. Just let them stay really heavy. And maybe pause anywhere that feels a little cringe-worthy. Good. And then give 2 thumbs up and take and plug them right kind of into the armpit. So there's a tender point here, an acupressure point, if you just kind of poke around till you find something that feels a little tender. And then let the elbows drop in, let the chin fall toward the chest. And with a couple breaths here, feel the ribs and the lungs kind of expanding as you inhale. And continue to feel the shoulders and the arms drop as you breathe out. Releasing all that stress and junk that sits there. With your next inhale, lift the head. Exhale, release the fingertips. Inhale, take the arms out to shoulder height and imagine you have doorknobs on both sides. And with every inhalation, spin the arms and palms back all the way through the shoulders, lift the gaze slightly. And with an exhale, spin the thumbs forward and down, lower the chin a bit. Inhales, wind open the heart, maybe even start to stretch the arms back a bit, and exhale, tuck inward. Inhaling. Exhale. 2 more, spinning as much rotation as you can, really activating through the fingertips all the way through the muscles of the shoulders. Good, and then release. Lace the fingers behind your back or maybe grab opposite wrists here and just puff up gently across the heart. And here, when we open the heart, it's nice to sometimes just invite in an image or visualization of someone or a pet whom you really care for and love unconditionally. And maybe even just visualize them smiling, feeling that radiate through your heart. Take a couple more breaths here with wide collarbone. See if you can also kind of widen the space between the shoulder blades here. So we don't want to jut back and really pinch the shoulder blades. Try and let the arms kind of drop down a bit. Elbows can soften if you'd like. And just focus on widening here through the sternum. Let the fingers release, coming through center, and we'll head over to tabletop. Maybe grab a sip of tea on the way. I highly recommend the, I think it's honey ginger turmeric by a Yogi Tea brand. Highly recommend it with a little honey, splash of milk. Go ahead and start to rock the hips back and forth. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and then shrug them up and just kind of explore whatever motion of the spine feels natural for you. Checking in here, maybe some cat-cows feel nice. Inhaling as you open the front of the body, exhaling to arch up. A few more breaths here, and if you've chosen cat-cows, sometimes as you rise into cat position, it can be nice to tent the palms and press up onto the very tips of the fingers. You get a little more space through the shoulders there. Good, and then let's come to center, finding threaded needle by using an inhalation to expand the right arm straight up, look toward it, maybe lean back to a bit of a twist, feel a stretch through the belly. And with an exhalation, thread the right arm underneath the left, lower the head down. This is a place where you can optionally grab a block to place that under your head if you need a little extra height today. Right palm faces up, and we just allow your weight to drop and ease into that right shoulder. One little tidbit of awareness here is you might notice that your hips have rocked over to the left or the right. And sometimes it feels good to just pull them back the opposite direction. See where you can get a little more traction for that right shoulder. Root into the left hand, and with an inhalation, rise all the way back up through the right arm. Flip the right hand back, peel it behind your waist, and then drop the head here, opening the side of the neck, the right shoulder. And again, maybe checking in, leaning the hips right to left. final inhalation floats the right arm back up, maybe forward for a big rib stretch, and then all the way down. Inhaling the left arm up. Good, lean back, nice big twist here, and then exhale, loop it underneath, drop down, maybe adding the block, check in with the hip position, right to left. And just breathe. Right palm plants wide. Big inhale, make it feel good. Reach up and really stretch. Flip the left palm back, peel it behind your waist, and let your head drop toward the right shoulder. Good. Last breath sweeps the left arm up, maybe forward through the ribs, coming all the way back down to your mat. Maybe rolling out the hips here again, wagging the tail. Good. And then when you feel ready, let's bring the left foot forward to start. Left knee ends up right on top of the ankle here. And then we want to kind of stack so that the left hip isn't too far forward. So we're not really sinking into this yet, but just grounding through both legs, hip width apart. Find your balance and come all the way up. Let's take an inhale to float the arms tall. When you get here, let's check in with those shoulders again. A lot of times when we take the arms up, the shoulders come along for the ride. So let's just widen the arms today. Let the shoulder blades drop. Give yourself a couple deep breaths. Maybe find a point to focus your eyes here. I have the luxury of looking straight out the window to a pond with ducks in it. With your next exhalation, let's bring the palms all the way to the heart center. Take an inhalation here to lengthen up through the spine. With an exhalation, turn your chest toward the left. So just a little twist to begin, really kind of moving from the navel center here. You can stay right here. If it feels good, you can shift forward, bringing the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And feel for spinning open the heart. So wherever you choose to be, we want to think again about what the shoulders are doing in each of these positions. So within a twist, we want to resist the temptation for either shoulder to rise. And if you're in the full version, shoulders slide back away from the ears. Good. One more breath wherever you are in this twist. Inhale, coming all the way back up to center. Take the arms nice and wide, lean back just a bit, and then release them all the way back down. And switch legs here. Right foot comes forward. Knee over ankle. Maybe another sip of tea. And make your way on up gently. Make yourself comfortable. Find that gaze or maybe visualize the ducks that I'm looking at. Inhale the arms up, wide, soft shoulders, palms and heart open. On your next exhalation, bring it in, connecting the palms to the heart and spinning from the navel, twist toward the right. So chest widens, shoulders stay down, keeping them nice and tame, and staying wherever you can maintain the best possible function and alignment. So right here, or maybe connecting that left elbow to the knee, and then rooting your hands together to really spin the heart just gently. Good. One more breath. And then together, really fill up, unwind, and rise, reaching the arms tall. And exhale, bring it down. Right foot comes back. Any old movements that feel good here for you. And then when you're ready, we will meet in child's pose. So big toes connect, knees can be wide or close. And this is another great option for that block. If you had it, you're always welcome to add it right under the forehead. Arms maybe stretch forward or sweep back behind you with the palms face up. So find the version that works best for you right now. And focus on really dropping through the bones, allowing the chest and the heart center to sink. And just releasing anything that you're clinging to, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. You don't need it right now. Reach the arms forward if they're not there already, and slowly lift the head, kind of coming toward the elbows. The block can come out of your way if it's there. And we'll be heading toward extended puppy pose. So we want to end up with the hips perfectly on top of the knees. So just kind of check in and see if there's a tendency. Usually some of us have a tendency to be slightly forward or slightly back, but we really get the most benefit if they're right on top here. And then start to stretch forward through the arms. Elbows can bend here if we need to. But what we want to feel for is really slowly easing the chest down toward your mat. Chin or forehead can connect to your mat or a block here. And we really explore our sense of resistance here by allowing the shoulder bones to widen and soften. And at the same time, making sure that the hips aren't doing any work here. So no clenching to take over for the shoulders. Every exhalation is a little more help in widening. Good. One more deep breath. And then bringing the gaze forward, let yourself just kind of slide onto the belly. So elbows naturally bend until we come all the way to rest on the hips. Big toes touch with the heels flopping out. A couple breaths here. See if you can gently widen the collarbones without too much effort. So just gently pressing into the forearms, finding that sense of lift across the heart. Imagine that your shoulders are frozen here. So without shifting them in any way, keep the shoulders right on top of the elbows. Take an inhalation. Exhale, turn the gaze all the way out past the left shoulder, maybe even stretching through the eyes by looking back towards your feet. Inhale, bring it back forward. Exhale, gaze comes all the way out past the right shoulder. Take a look out the corner. Inhale, bring it back to center. Slide the palms back, and we'll make our way back to child's pose. And this time, feel free to choose the same version or anything that might feel different or better. If you had the arms forward, maybe swing them back this time. And really letting yourself settle to a deeply comfortable position. Again, maybe we'll add that block if that feels right for you. And wherever you settle, we'll use this as our final resting position. So letting your breath begin to ease and fade away to its natural rhythm. Maybe giving yourself a little bit of a body scan, checking in with all of the tiny muscles around the skin of the face and the jaw. And then the bigger muscles of the shoulders, really easing them back away from the neck. Heavy throughout the arms, the hips and pelvis. And as you start to shift into your Shavasana time, or just a few moments of meditation, maybe just imagining a couple little shifts or baby steps that you might be able to make in your daily life to find not only a little more physical space in the shoulders, but really getting to the root of the mental and physical, emotional, all of the things that kind of cause discomfort within the body. Can you just take these few moments to listen and see what ways you might move forward, serving your body? Considering habits or thought patterns that you might be able to change for yourself. And just recognizing all of the opportunities that you have to create shifts in your body. So taking just a few last moments here, maybe feeling free to kind of stretch or press into the shape a little differently, bringing the knees wider or closer, stretching out through the arms. And let's practice keeping the head really heavy, so bringing the center of the forehead to your mat or block if it's not there yet. Slide the hands and elbows back. And then really slowly start to root into the palms. Feel the weight of the head completely. And come up just enough so that the elbows are straight. Head is dangling down between the shoulders. And start to walk the hands just inch by inch, moving your way all the way up. coming to a comfortable seated or kneeling position here. Eyes closed and palms connecting right at your very center, at the heart. And so just giving thanks together here after this practice for just the many messages and signals that your mind and your body send throughout each day. And special thanks for the opportunity to take the time here to listen, to breathe, and to really notice. And I thank you for sharing this practice here, and I hope it was cozy and useful. Namaste. Thank you.